Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, what's up? How are you doing today? It's Grady Buehler back here with another episode of The Grady Buehler Show. We are at episode 4 of season 2, March Madness or March Sadness, depending on how your brackets, your team has done so far through the first 2 rounds. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for subbing to the channel, being here, whether you're from Twitter or Instagram, or you found it organically here on YouTube. Awesome. We are at 23 subscribers on the channel, of 2 from last week, which is awesome. I'm so thankful for you guys just watching and interacting with my content. I couldn't be more appreciative. Stickers are here. The first one was sent out earlier this week, and that happy customer will be getting it soon. $3 a sticker, have plenty of time. I'm going to sell these till they run out. Have a little announcement about them coming in a moment towards the end of the video. But yeah, DM me on social media to get yours, and I'll send it to you as quickly as possible. $3 a pop. Not trying to make a ton of money. Obviously, I'd be doing like $30 a sticker, which is just stupid. But yeah, $3 a sticker. DM me to get yours. And today's topic is all going to be about March Madness. The upsets, the Cinderellas, the teams that should have played well, maybe haven't, the teams that are continuing to play well. Obviously, these teams are in the Sweet 16, so they've all caught their stride. But let's go ahead and get into the video and that first segment of March Madness. So the NCAA tournament is always full of upsets, of Cinderellas, of teams that are playing well at the end of the year and catching their stride. Basketball is a game of runs, whether that's in the game of basketball or during the season. You know, you're just going to go through times where you're playing really well, things are clicking, and you always want to be playing that way towards the end of the season, heading into your conference tournament or the NCAA tournament, whatever that may be. But let's go ahead and run a little bit of the bracket. Obviously, probably the biggest upset and shocker to the entire tournament so far has been Kentucky being knocked off by St. Peter's at 15 seed, the Peacocks, up in Jersey. That was obviously unbelievable, shocking, completely shocking. It was heartbreaking as a Kentucky fan personally, but seeing a team play with zero fear and have all the confidence in the world, also known as Doug Edert, kid went off against Kentucky towards the end of the ball game. And it was just awesome to see a team that continued to play well, even though they were playing against one of the best college basketball programs of all time in the University of Kentucky. That's a huge one. Another 12 seed, a couple 12 seeds made it to the second round. New Mexico State being one of them. Iowa getting knocked off by Richmond in the first round was obviously a big shocker. But that is the beauty of March Madness. And what we see is teams that don't normally get this kind of spotlight, don't normally have, you know, hundreds of thousands of people watching them on national television, get a chance to show who they are, show where they're from. And it's really an awesome sight to see. And my brackets are in shambles, much like everybody else's. After the first night, I think there was one perfect bracket left. Somebody picked St. Peter's to beat Kentucky. I don't know if that was on a whim or if that was somebody who actually did research and all that kind of stuff. I heard an analyst say that Kentucky does play down to their teams, and when I look back on the season, I almost agree with it. They play down to their opponents. They don't always play to their level, but you know that's how it is sometimes. In the second round, we had Baylor getting beat, the national champs, getting beat by North Carolina in overtime, which was an amazing game. Probably one of the best games of this tournament. But I'll get more into that later. And if you watched my last video, you know I was dead wrong about this tournament. I said it was top heavy. I believe that the top teams in the tournament were going to be the ones to get the biggest wins, to just carry themselves how they were supposed to through the tournament. And I was wrong. I was dead wrong. One of the craziest tournaments I've seen personally in a long time. We have an 11 seed. 4 out of the 16 teams are double digit seeds, which means that's a fourth of the bracket so far that have come from unbelievable odds. We have a 15 seed in the Sweet 16. They're the third 15 seed to reach the Sweet 16 in NCAA history. The first one was Florida Gulf Coast back in like 2012 or 13, I think. maybe earlier than that. But Dunk City, I mean, they pulled off some major upsets to get to where they were last year in the 2021 tournament. Was Oral Roberts. They were able to make their way to the Sweet 16. Unfortunately, the run ended there. And I saw a clip of that highlight, and I had completely forgotten that last year they played the tournament with no fans in the building. Maybe, maybe family, but other than that, there were 0 fans in the building. And this year, with the fans being allowed back in the arenas, it makes the game so much more fun. I know the kids, the players, the athletes, they love the energy their fans give. I know when I was playing, I loved the energy that the fans gave to the game. And it was just one of those things where that was not allowed a year ago, and now it's back. So I'm very, very thankful that that's happening for the teams that are there. I know it gives them so much more confidence heading into games. And like I said, there's 4 double-digit seeded teams that are in the Sweet 16, and I mean, it's awesome to see as a basketball fan in general, because that means teams are playing free, playing loose, playing with all the confidence in the world. They know they have nothing to lose, and seeing them get to this moment is pretty awesome. Biggest takeaway from the tournament so far is free throws. Kentucky hit like 1 for something and shot less than like 40% from the line during that St. Peter's game, and if Kentucky hits all their free throws, they win the ball game. But point being that you need to make your free throws to win the ball game, and you see it every tournament, you see it every year. It seems like that's one of the biggest things that a lot of people see in these games is teams not being able to hit free throws, and it causes them games, or teams making free throws and it wins them ball games. And St. Peter's and Kentucky is a perfect example of both of those aspects of whether you make them or whether you miss them, how the game can turn out. So that's going to be something to look forward to, look into towards in the rest of the tournament, because you want to see who's going to make them, who's going to be clutch, who's not. And that's going to lead to a lot of wins and losses for teams as we head down to obviously the Elite Eight, then the Final Four, and obviously the national championship game. So tournament begins. It's been March sadness around here for me because I haven't had basketball on, but that comes back tomorrow night, Thursday night. Be sure to watch your teams play. And yeah, that's my March Madness recap so far. I have a little bit more information coming about March in a second, but yeah, we'll jump into that second segment and the final segment of the video, follower questions. Got a couple this week, and we'll get to those here. So the second segment and final segment of today's video is going to be follower questions. I got 2 of them this week, both from the same person. Corey, thank you, man, for sending in your questions. And his 2 questions from this last week were, number 1, what is your favorite game of the tournament so far? So my favorite game has probably got to be the Baylor-North Carolina game. Went into overtime, was an unbelievable game. Just a few minutes, with about 8 minutes left in the game, Brady Manick for North Carolina was ejected in that game. Again, went into overtime. Several freshmen for North Carolina were able to step up, play great defensively, and be able to handle the pressure, beating the defending champs, a number 1 seed, and making their way into the Sweet 16. It was just a great game to watch. It was everything March Madness is all about, and had a lot of fun just sitting back and enjoying the game. Another game was, even though it was kind of frustrating for me as a Kentucky fan, it was St. Peter's and Kentucky. It was really fun. I said this earlier, but it was really fun to just watch a team play basketball, play free, play loose, and just be in the moment, play as confident as possible, knowing they had nothing to lose. And you obviously saw the highs and the lows of March Madness. And then your second question, Corey, was my top teams from the tournament. I think North Carolina is playing as well as anybody right now, if not one of the best teams to be playing still. The way they're playing, and then Kansas. Kansas is playing very solid. They're a number 1 seed. All the pressure's on them to continue to win. And it'll be interesting to see how both those teams do. I do think North Carolina can make a push to the Final Four. It'll be interesting. And Gonzaga, obviously, they're a team that's been playing very well, has played well all year long. And I think they could also make a deep run. They might make it back to the national championship game again. Lost it last year to Baylor. But yeah, those are the follow-up questions. If you want to ask me something or give me your comments or takes on anything, hit me up in the comments of this video or DM me on social media, and I'll get to them in the next video. And yeah, that's follow-up questions, guys. So that's the video. Short, sweet, hopefully to the point. And again, thank you guys for being here. I mentioned it last week. Super blessed, super humbled. We're at 23 subs on the channel. Next sub goal is 50, and I still have stickers to give away. I'm selling those for $3, but this Friday coming will be an announcement. I'm gonna have a giveaway. I'm gonna sell or give away 3 stickers to you guys. So all of that information will come on Friday via Instagram and Twitter. So be sure to make sure you follow me on all of those socials, and I'll explain all those details on Instagram and Twitter coming Friday. My new sub goal is 50, coming up with ideas for new merchandise, maybe shirts, maybe hats. We'll kind of see where it takes us, but new sub goal is 50. So with that being said, be sure to like the video, share it with a friend, and then of course, as always, be sure to tell someone you love them, that you care about them, and that you're there for them. This is Great of Ulick signing out for the Great of Ulick Show. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one.